Hello, everyone. My name is Kia McClain. I am the founder of Mindfulcasted. Mindfulcasted is both an online and newly offline business. So what I do online is I create meditation and mindfulness tools for people that are just looking for ways to relax and practice more mindfulness and meditation, maybe while they're on the go. So I'm sure that apps, like mobile apps that you can use, what I do is I design those for mindfulness and meditation apps. What we do offline here in our space, as you can see, we have our positivity wall behind us that is just full of quotes that help people to stay in a more positive mindset. And then I am actually sitting on a giant beanbag chair, an adult beanbag chair right now. The whole theme of this space is to relax and to focus on positive thoughts and to focus on how to be more mindful of your thoughts and of your speech and just how you process life. So people come here to journal. Journaling, it is a form of meditation. It is a form of mindfulness, just to be able to write out what you think or how you feel and be able to get things out rather than holding on to it. So, for example, if you have a secret that is stressing you out, now will this be interactive to where the kids can kind of answer back? Just a quick question. Okay. So can you think of a time that you were keeping a secret or something that was going on that was very stressful to you? Can you think of a time where you just kind of held on to whatever that is and didn't let it out?
Yeah, I have a friend that we were fighting about something. But then I broke his necklace. I feel like guilt that I shouldn't do that. So I tried to keep a secret from my dad.
Oh, okay. So Joshua, while you were holding on to that secret, did you notice anything about how your body was responding? Like if a topic around it was brought up, did you notice that your heart was going, that you were breathing faster? Did you notice the response in your body while you were holding on to that secret? Okay, so journaling is a great way to practice meditation because you can let out whatever that secret is that you're holding on to in writing. Even though you may not physically be telling someone, it's still to your body, your brain can't tell the difference between how you're releasing stress. So even if you have in your head that the only way to release this stress is to go to somebody and tell all of your secrets or do it in a more verbal way, a journal is a way where you can let out your most inner thoughts, all of your secrets without anyone else knowing but just the pages of the journal and yourself. So even if you have something like, for example, something that you want to confess to as far as a secret that you have, you can start with journaling. And as you journal, you will notice that you're starting to calm down. You don't have the heart palpitations and the heavy breathing. It will relax you and get you to a point of where you can actually be a lot more mindful about your actions. So if you have it written down, if you just start with writing it down, and then from there, okay, what can I do differently next time? how can I prevent myself from ending up in this same situation again? Or how can I change my response to this situation? It gives you a chance to just write and get all of your feelings out and really understand where your stress or your anxiety around a situation is coming from. And you, in fact, become your own therapist in a way, in the fact that you're writing the information down. So who else has had that feeling where your heart is going, you're breathing really fast? If you're angry about something, how does your body respond? Anybody?
I'll respond. I get really tense. Like, I notice that I get back pain and neck pain and sometimes headaches. And that's really kind of hold on to things.
Yes, that is very common. So does anyone know why when you're upset or you're angry or you're frustrated, your body starts responding in those ways where you'll get sudden aches and pains, or you start breathing really fast? Has anyone heard about what that response is or what it's called? Nobody? Well, it is called a fight or flight response. This is a survival technique that it's naturally built into you. So all human beings have a fight or flight response. The fight or flight response is something that will give a mom the strength to lift up a car, to free somebody out from underneath it. The fight or flight response is a burst of energy. You have chemicals that your brain is triggered to respond with whenever you are in a place where you feel like you're stressed out or you need to respond. So it is a survival technique that was meant to help you escape or get away from danger or protect yourself, or to be able to run as fast as you can to get away from danger. It basically, in your brain, what it does is it turns off your logic. So you don't stop to think about anything. Your brain goes directly to respond. I need to run. I need to run as fast as I can and get out of here and get as far away as I can. So this is a natural response for your body. And that's one of the reasons that mindfulness and meditation is necessary, because the particular chemicals that your body releases at this time can be very harmful to your body if they're not used. So typically when you go into a fight or flight response, those chemicals are being released into your body for about a good 20 to 60 minutes, just to give you that boost and everything that you need to get away from a situation where you may be in danger. When those chemicals are not being used and they're just being triggered over and over and over again, what you end up with is a situation where your body starts to develop chronic illnesses. Now, has anyone ever heard of a chronic illness? And I do see some of you in chat saying anxiety, you know what illness is, like being sick. So yes, when you're in a constant state of fear or fight or flight response, it does cause things like depression or getting sick or being nervous, because your body doesn't know what to do with these extra chemicals in your body. If you have a prolonged rapid heartbeat, that actually raises your blood pressure. It makes it to where you suffer all kinds of physical symptoms within your body if you're not able to control stress or anxiety. Now, a lot of people think that heart disease is the number one cause of death, but it's actually not. The number one cause of death is stress because of all of the different things that it causes to happen within your body. When we talk about mindfulness and meditation is just as important as getting outside every day and doing 60 minutes of exercise. So you can actually combine healthy habits. So you can go out and exercise, but the entire time you could be meditating. That is something that I often do when I go out on a jog, is while I'm on my run, rather than think about problems or different things that are going on, what I'll think about is positive thoughts, affirmations. Who has heard of an affirmation? Okay, I see a couple of hands. Yes, that's excellent. I'm looking at the chat. Taking your dog on a walk in the park. That is a great way to create a feel-good moment while you're exercising. So that is something, anything that helps you to feel more positive, or anything that helps you to focus on a positive mindset while you're exercising. That is something that you can do while you are exercising. So a lot of people that think about mindfulness and meditation, they think that they have to do a lot of extra things and go to yoga classes and just a lot of extra, almost, I would call it tradition of what people think of when they think of mindfulness and meditation, but it's not that serious. Anything that calms you, anything that makes you feel good. So even if you're just going out to play for 60 minutes with your best friend, that is something that can put you into a meditative state, because you are concentrating on what makes you feel good. Just like when there's something negative happening or you're stressed out, on the flip side of that same coin, if you're doing something that makes you feel positive, if you're doing something that makes you feel calm, your body also releases another type of chemical in your body that calms you, that makes you feel good. Things like endorphins, even just being out with your friends and laughing is something that will help calm you. When you're laughing, when you're having fun, how do you feel? How does your body feel? Anybody?
Calm and happy.
Do you notice that it's easier to sleep? Like if you just had a lot of fun before you go to bed, is it easier to sleep after that experience?
You feel tired. You can feel tired and you can easily sleep because you're a little bit tired from all the laughing you did.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that you brought that up, because that is something, when you have those endorphins and positive chemicals being released into your bloodstream, it helps your body to operate the way that it's supposed to. So it's important to realize that your body is not supposed to be in fight or flight response more than 20 to 60 minutes. And that's not even every day. because every day is not like we're not in the caveman days where there's danger lurking around every corner. We are more today in a lot more safer environment. We don't have to hunt for food and any of the things that we had to do in early civilization. Always had to be aware. You always had to be on your toes. You always had to look out for whatever may be coming around the corner. We are in a space now where if we want food, we just go to the grocery store, or we get on Amazon and it's delivered to our door. We have these outlets to do things in a lot easier way. So needing to have that fight or flight response is not a huge part or center of our lives anymore. As we have evolved, now we need more of our calming chemicals in our body, the chemicals that allow us to experience more happiness, more joy, more relaxation. I see somebody on here saying when they've had a good time, they just feel normal. So that is, you are exactly correct. That is normal. That is what, if you want a centerpiece of what you're supposed to feel like each day, what you're supposed to experience within your body when you have a focus that's on positivity, when you have those positive chemicals in your bloodstream, that is normal. That is what normal is supposed to be. So I know we're coming off of a big year, 2020 and 2021. And normal is a huge discussion around the globe, but I want to leave you with simplifying what normal is. So what normal is being able to feel at home within yourself. Normal is being able to feel those feelings of happiness, of calm, of relaxation. And that is something that you can get anywhere in the world that you are by controlling how you focus on what's happening around you, by controlling what you're allowing as far as your inner environment. So, for example, how many of you have music that you don't like to hear? Like there's a certain genre of music that you just don't like to hear. Okay. So do you go around and listen to that particular genre of music every chance that you get? So that is how you should approach negative situations, things that make you feel negative, is you decrease how often you expose yourself to those particular things in your life. So if you know someone that every time they open their mouth, you know you're going to hear something negative. They gossip a lot. They have negative stories. And by the time you get done speaking to them, you feel negative. That's someone that you should spend less time around. If you're in an environment where you hear nothing but negativity, no one is happy, no one is enjoying themselves, then that is an environment that you can intentionally say, I'm going to spend less time with this person. I'm going to spend less time around this place or thing that makes me feel negative. For some people like me, it's the TV. I have not watched TV, probably in 5 years now. What I do instead is I go to Netflix. I go to any of the different options that we have out there to just pick the show that you want to see, where you don't see the news, you don't see reality TV, you don't see any of the influences that you don't want to expose yourself to. You can go directly to your favorite show, or you can discover new shows. So there are definite ways that you can control what's coming into your eyes, your ears, just controlling the traffic there. So what are some other ways that you guys feel that you can control if there's more positive coming into your life or more negative influences coming into your life? I see you had your hand up too.
Well, like the same thing as I like Netflix and I like songs. And there's a specific show that I like. It's called, it's a second part of this like original show. It's just really good. I like it. It calms me down.
Awesome. I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, there's a show that I like, cause, I watch it, it's on Disney Plus, it's called The Wizards of Waverly Place.
Awesome. Yep, that is definitely one of the shows that my kids like. So yes, I'm very familiar with that one.
It's on Netflix. It's called Miraculous.
Awesome. Anybody else? Okay, so I wanted to come back to a comment so have you ever heard of meditation or mindfulness before? Because I see you actually just led right into what we were going to close with and it's called breath work, breathing in and out. So are you familiar with breath work or breathing in and out? Where did you hear that from?
From my counselor. Awesome.
Yes. Breath work is something that we're going to close out the session with today. What breath work is, it's almost like a yoga practice, or it is part of yoga practice. It's part of meditation. It's also part of mindfulness. So breath work is simply breathing in and out in cadence. So it's a slow breath in through your nose, a slow breath out through your mouth. This is something that is very calming to your body. Can anyone guess why breath work is so effective in calming your body? What does your body need that it may not get a lot of if you're stressed out? Think about how you breathe and everything when you're stressed out. Yes, Nicholas, oxygen. Oxygen is very, very important to your body. When you're not getting enough oxygen, your body becomes even more stressed. So oxygen is what keeps us alive. When your brain isn't getting enough oxygen, you start to get foggy, you forget things, you feel tired, you're not able to think as quickly or respond as quickly. It really slows your body down and just makes you want to sleep. And it makes you want to sit down. You're always tired. You don't feel like you have any energy. So a great way to re-energize yourself and to calm your body down and relax yourself is breath work. You take a deep breath in through your nose. So you want to first release all the air, like just make sure that your lungs are empty. And then through your nose, you want to take a slow and steady, deep breath. And then once you take that deep breath, you feel your lungs are full and they can't hold any more air. then you release it all slowly through your mouth. So everyone try it. Let's go. Deep breath in. Release that air. So this is something that you can do just 5 minutes a day. You start your day with deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Release all the air. One of the things that I like to do whenever I'm doing breath work is I pretend I'm breathing in all the positivity, everything that I want to feel, setting my intentions for the day to have positive experiences. I breathe all of that in. Anything that I don't want to feel, anything that is stressing me out, I breathe out. Breathe all of those things out. So positive in, negative out. Positive in, negative out. And that is another form of meditation that you can add. And yes, exactly, Diego. When you're stressed out and you're breathing fast, you are not getting good quality oxygen because you're just taking shallow breaths in and out. One of the things about overall American culture is breathing is not part of our culture. In other countries around the world, breathing is one of the centerpieces of culture. It is the norm for everyone to practice mindfulness and meditation and breathing. So it's something that's starting to be talked about a lot more in American culture, but definitely overall in our culture, we don't take time to breathe. We don't take time to breathe in deeply and release that breath. So it's actually very cleansing to your body to do so each day. Think of it as a way to, like you wash your hands with soap and water and you sanitize. This is also a way to kind of cleanse your inner body, is to do breath work each day. So did anyone have any questions or have any additional feedback about any of the topics that we discussed today?
I have a question. I'm curious as to how, what was your journey to turn this into a business?
Okay. So I used to work in technology. I was a Google contractor. I had my own digital agency, which I retired from in 2019. At that time, I was already involved in the wellness space, and technology careers are very stressful. And I was realizing there was a correlation between different illnesses that I had and different things that I could not get rid of, and the amount of stress that I was under while involved in a technology career. So I really love technology, but I also really fell in love with the mindfulness and meditation space. So I wanted to see how I could blend the two things that I love together. And from there, I just started creating Amazon Alexa apps that focus on mindfulness and meditation. I started creating chatbots that walk people through the process of mindfulness and meditation. And it really just all grew from there. So I'm also an avid writer. So journaling has always been something that I've done. And I took a course in therapeutic journaling. That was something else that I tied into my business, was just creating prompts for people to really get all the secrets and different things that they were holding in, emotions, things that really just needed to get out so they could de-stress, so they could start to just feel better about themselves and work some of the things out. One thing that I didn't touch on is a lot of people don't sleep because instead of journaling and getting all of this stuff out, what they do is they lay down to go to sleep, and then all of these negative thoughts and all of these different issues that are going on in their life, it starts to replay in their mind. And that's all they do is think about everything that's stressing them out instead of sleeping. So it compounds the issue. A lot of sleep problems are not related to something like a baby crying or some external factor. It's very much the person can't turn their mind off. So journaling is a way to get all of the circular thinking and everything that's going on internally out of your body and out onto paper, to where whenever you feel that circular thought patterns coming about, you pull out your journal and you start writing. You don't just sit there and just let it kind of boil over inside of you. It's very important to release or have a point of release for emotions. Some people use exercise. Some people use journaling, but whatever that thing is for you, where you can kind of transfer whatever you're feeling inside outward, you need to be able to have that outlet, or else if it just all boils over inside of you, then you're always stressed out, and it sets you up for chronic illnesses and diseases and other things that you don't want to happen because you're holding it all within your body. So what happens is it really affects your body, and that's where you get stressed from.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions?
So what are some of the takeaways on things that you're going to do differently because of our session today when it comes to whenever you're feeling stressed?
Take more deep breaths.
Take more deep breaths. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I see others in chat saying stopping to breathe and write in a journal. So do any of you have a journal right now?
Just messaged me and said she's got a journal.
Awesome.
What, did you have a question?
Yes. How hard is like electrical, like jobs?
Yeah, so I think he's saying like how hard is it to do those jobs?
It's a lot of learning.
Like 1 to like a million, how hard?
From 1 to a million? I would say maybe halfway, like 500,000. It's a lot of learning. The learning part is probably one of the most difficult parts, but once you learn the skill, then it's just practice, a lot of practice from there on out as far as technology. But if you are a person that likes to figure out how things work, if you're a person that's really good with systems and repeating patterns, then technology is something that instead of hard, it's more just a challenge that you like. So for some people love it. My husband is a software developer, meaning that he writes code. I tried to write code and it was like watching paint dry on the wall. So I'm more on the creative end of technology. Like I need to see something that, like Alexa, it responds right away. It's something where I can really be creative. Whereas my husband, he'll just sit there and look at a bunch of lines of code and that's what he enjoys. It's not my preference. It's not something that I would ever want to do. So I like to stay more on the creative side of tech.
So you can thank Miss McLean in the chat. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about mindfulness with our kiddos. And I think it's really cool how you shared about being an entrepreneur and how you got into that. So thanks so much. I really enjoyed hearing about it. And we are really working hard on self-care and mindfulness and coping. And so this was right up our alley. And I was glad that they listened to me and know how breathing is important. It's like, yes. They do know what I said. Thank you so much, Ms. McLean. Yes, it was amazing, wasn't it? Have a great day, friends. Goodbye.